All right, so we're at Randolph County Jail, Randolph County Sheriff Office. So, a quick backstory. Last year at the public pool here in Winchester, Indiana, my 13-year-old daughter was at the pool and she was being sexually harassed with threats of sexual assault on her by a 23-year-old male named Dylan McAbee. We tried to handle the situation. It didn't get handled. The City of Winchester Police Office chose not to do anything about it. So out of sight, out of mind, a whole year goes by. No issues with this guy. Then all of a sudden, my now 14-year-old daughter is at the public park with her friends, and now 24-year-old Dylan McAbee is mad because of the pool incident, and he threatens to smash my 14-year-old daughter's head and says he's gonna fuck her up and beat her ass and everything. Well, we went down and did it the right way. Filed a police report. Said we wanted to press charges. Well, a week later, called the prosecutor's office. Winchester Police never sent the police report over to the prosecutor's office to prosecute. They took it into their own hands to say, no, thank you. No, thank you. We're not going to do nothing about it. So I called the sheriff's department to see if they would step up and handle it. And Officer Giese tells me that they work closely with the Winchester Police Office and they're not, I quote, not gonna step on the Winchester Police Office's toes. Basically, he says, sorry, sir, I swore an oath to the Winchester Police Department and to other police departments, and I'm not gonna uphold my oath to the Constitution. I'm gonna uphold my oath to my brothers in arms, the thin blue line. So now, as a pissed off father, I am outside this police station, and I have every right to distress my concern to my public officials and what they do in the course of their duties with our tax dollars. So now we are out here, and we are about to go in and audit the sheriff's office and see if they want to do their job, and if they want to earn those tax dollars, or if they're gonna sit there and rob them and stick up for their brothers in arms. So let's see if this shit's unlocked. You can stay out here, baby. You don't have to go in. Alright. So here we go. We're in the lobby. Don't seem to be an issue yet. Randolph County Jail. Little small office. Run and hide, run and hide.
Can I help you?
Is there a sergeant or a lieutenant in?
Yep, just a moment.
Yes. So, I just got off the phone with Officer Giese shortly ago. I'm sure you probably heard the situation.
No. I have no idea what you're talking
All
about.
right. So, I have an issue. A year ago at the public pool, my 13-year-old daughter was there with my other kids swimming. A 23-year-old then, Dylan McAbee, was making sexual advances, saying that he was gonna F her and she's so hot and sexy, she's gonna take it. My 14-year-old son stepped in and said, yo, that's my little sister, she's 13. Dylan said, I don't give a F how old she is, she's gonna get it, basically is what he said. My son said, stop talking to my sister like that or else. Dylan, 23, told my 14-year-old son he was gonna beat his outside the
Can I
pool.
stop you just a minute? Do you need to talk to a road officer?
Yeah, a lieutenant,
Supervisor?
sergeant, somebody. That's
Okay, because I'm the jail
all
commander.
right.
I'm sorry.
Hey, it's no problem.
I'm
But
sorry.
I mean, to be honest, you're listening better than they did.
Well, okay,
What?
let me see. I don't think we have anybody on station right this
All
minute.
right, where's Giese? Because I just talked to him on the phone like 5 minutes ago. I told him I was gonna be on my way down here.
I don't know. I don't even know if he's in here.
All right, because he tried to tell me, oh well, we're not gonna do nothing to Winchester. We work closely with them, and I don't want to step on their toes. Like, sir, I am telling you, there's a crime afoot, and they're doing nothing about it, and it's just escalating.
Let me see what I can find.
Thank you. I have another question. Excuse me, sir. Is there a way we can get that down? That's a desecration. That's an American flag. You're not supposed to alter it.
Talk to the sheriff about that. Okay.
Don't you work here?
Yeah, but I don't run this place.
Yeah, but you should want that down.
What's wrong with the American flag?
That's not the American flag. That's police officers having police officers back flag right there. That's not an American flag. American flag's red, white, and blue. I see black and blue there. No, it's not that I have a problem with police officers. I have a problem with police officers backing other police officers over the citizens. You should have a problem with that too as an American citizen. Or you fall underneath that thin blue line as well, sir, right? You're in the gang too? You a member? How'd you get initiated? What corruption did you have to do to get into the gang? Because I know most gangs have to usually kill somebody to get entered in that gang. Is that what you did? Nothing to say. Crickets. I mean, they awoken a monster. They don't even realize what kind of monster they awoken in their own community. I was fine watching the little bit of shit, but once you fuck with my family, no. Fuck a mama bear. This is a daddy. I don't even know what to call me. I'm a monster. I know my rights, I know my laws, and I know how to push through. Look at that. That flag right there represents the police line separating police from the citizens. That's the thin blue line. That thin blue line says this is the line between us police officers and you citizens. We are above the law. We are sovereign citizens, and we do not have to obey. We don't give a fuck if you pay us or not. We're getting our money regardless, and we do what we want. That's what that flag is. The only way we can open their eyes is when us, the people, come together and flood these guys with phone calls and everything else to let them know we see them. We see what they're doing, and we're not gonna allow it no more. At all. Look at him, he's hurt. His feelings are hurt because I talked about his flag. Look at him. Let's run and hide. Let's get off the camera. I say if you'll smile for the camera now. Now, you know what's really fucked up? I just found out that your wife was the daughter's teacher I'm talking about now. One of her favorite teachers was your wife.
Okay.
was your wife.
Hey, I've contacted the chief. Chief deputy here at Sheriff's Department.
That's where I'm going next.
He's gonna come and have a chat with you. She said it'd be about 15 minutes before he gets up.
Okay. Are you gonna come down here?
Is he gonna come here? Yeah.
All right.
Yep. So we'll have a seat, hang out, and he'll be up here shortly.
All right. So, I mean, can you again repeat to me what you said on the phone about how you're not gonna step on the other police department's toes? Like, I just want to get that on record.
Here's what I explained.
I want to understand.
Anytime another department has a currently open investigation, we would not go in and
Even if there's foul, afoot, wrong, corruption, fucking illegal,
that's
like
where you would
even.
call the state police.
Well, why? Why should I have
Because
to?
look, listen to me. What you're not understanding is
Help me understand.
how closely we work with Winchester, a small community. Right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we
So
work with them
let me
all the
cut you off
time.
there.
So listen
If
to
you're
me.
riding with,
If you're asking me to
if you're
explain
riding
something
with
to
your
me-
partner
Okay,
and your
we're
partner's
done.
doing something
We're done.
illegal,
If you don't want to listen to me,
I
say
do want to
something
listen.
to me.
I'm
You
just
don't.
asking you a
Interrupt me
question.
Every time I try to talk. Okay? I'm
See,
not arguing.
listen, you're a public servant. Where's the transparency? You get upset over a question? Upset over a question?
I'll go look at it for you and I'll go out there.
Upset over a question.
I've done it on my phone, but I've actually done an on-site one in the truck. I don't know if it was or not.
Oh, he got mad because I didn't let him cop-splain why. Like, what do you think? Do you have an opinion? I can see you. I know you can see me. Do you have an opinion in the matter? Huh? Do you think it's right? I can see you behind that glass, laying there. Don't walk away. Aw. All their feelings are hurt. Like, what you guys missed of the conversation between me and him on the phone was basically saying that even if he sees another law agency fucking up and not doing what they're supposed to do, he as a law enforcement officer is not gonna step in because that officer is wearing a badge and a costume just like he is. So he's not gonna do nothing about it. See, that's the problem there, is that we don't have officers that are doing what they're supposed to be doing and swearing their oath to the Constitution and upholding the law because they put other officers above it. This is the problem that we run into with police departments.
Thank you.
Thank you, have a good day.
You too.
Do you have somebody back there that's not gonna run away?
Yep, it'd be here.
He's not gonna step on another police officer's toes, even if the police and see, and like that's all I was trying to do is cut him off. And okay, let's substitute other police department. Let's substitute city police with the sheriff's police. If you're sitting in the car with your partner, and your partner is doing something illegal, you have every obligation via your oath you swore to become a police officer to do something about that. And that's where we have a problem, is that these guys aren't willing to step in between other officers when it's the wrong thing. That's the problem. We need to get more officers on duty that are willing to put the people over the department. I love this city. Great school system. I mean, that officer's wife was my daughter's teacher. She loved her. Absolutely loved her. Was one of the best teachers in the world. And now her husband is letting that little girl be put in danger because he don't want to step on the toes of other officers. So now my daughter is put at risk. At risk. Because we care more about other police officers than we do our citizens. This is an issue. Winchester, Indiana, Randolph County. It's election season. It's election season. Like, I watch First Amendment auditors. I watch what they do. I see all that shit. I love some of the videos. Some of the videos I think they antagonize. You know, San Joaquin, love it. SGV, SVG, whatever. I can't remember his name offhand because I'm so worked up right now. Love his videos. But, you know, like, still, I always wondered why. Why they go out and do what they do. Why do they put themselves on the spotlight and on risk? But I see the results. I see that we need more people involved because they don't listen to one person. I'm just one person standing in this lobby. If I didn't have this phone and I wasn't recording, I would be one person. And that's all I would be. But since I'm exposing it and bringing it to the internet, I will be thousands of people. There will be thousands of voices behind me. I might not have the followers, but I swear I will get this sent out to all the big auditors and ask them to share it. And I know some of them, like Long Island Audit, he's one of my favorites. He goes in there composed, keeps his composure the whole time, knows what the hell he's talking about. So now, I guess we are waiting on the chief of police for the city instead of the sheriff. I'd prefer to have the sheriff because, my opinion, the sheriff, elected official, should care more and have more jurisdiction over the city. The city is a small part of the county. Look at him through the glass. Oh no, he can see us. Let's turn around so he can't see our faces. At least they're not complaining about that. That's good, I guess. I am in the lobby recording. I didn't say one thing about it, so that's good. I guess there's a little bit of transparency.
How you doing? I'm Ken Henderson. I'm the chief deputy.
Chief
What's your
Deputy
name?
Joshua?
Joshua what?
I'm not gonna talk about that right now until we address the issue, but I'm gonna step back a little bit because I am recording this because I am upset. So basically a year ago at the public pool here in town,
Okay.
my 13-year-old daughter was at the public pool swimming with her siblings, and a 23-year-old Dylan Maccabee was up there making sexual advances at her, telling her she's sexy, what he would do to her, he wants to F her and all this stuff. And my 14-year-old son stepped in and said, hey, yo, it's my sister, she's 13, you're 23. He said, mind your effing business, I'll beat your ass, she's gonna take the D. My son said,
Take the what?
The D.
The D.
The dick, basically, is what he told my son.
Okay.
My son said, knock it off. Dylan said, I'll whoop your ass after the pool.
This kid's how old?
23.
Okay.
And they went and told the pool and called me. I drove up there. By the time I got up there, the pool kicked Dylan out and told him he was not allowed to come back to the pool.
Okay.
So as a father, I drove around looking for him. I saw him, I confronted him. We had a heated debate, argument. Why the hell are you talking to a little 13-year-old girl like that? You're a grown man. The police came.
Okay.
Joe Sheets said he'll handle it. He'll take care of the whole situation. I won't have to worry about it. He'll file the report.
Okay.
No report was ever filed. A whole year later, out of sight, out of mind. We haven't had no other incident, so I didn't think about it. My daughter's at the park on May 12th. She cleans,
Now?
Yeah, now. 14
Okay.
now, Dylan's 24. She goes and does all her chores as soon as she comes home, gets all her stuff, homework done so she can go to the park. My kids usually stay out to the park at Beeson Park around like 7:30, 8 o'clock. They have to be home no later than 8.
Okay.
And usually,
We're talking about the park down here.
yeah, so usually at like 7:59, I'm outside like, where the hell are these guys? Are pushing their luck. Well, here it is, 5 o'clock. She walks in the house. Why are you home early from the park? She had an upset look on her face. She's like, I'm just back. No, what's wrong, Kira? Why'd you come back from the park? It's 5 o'clock. She said, well, Maccabee was at the park. He started screaming at me, telling me he was going to smash my head and beat my ass. Dylan Maccabee,
Okay.
the same guy from the pool. That he was upset from that incident of me confronting him.
From a year ago.
Yeah, from a year ago. So he's at the park screaming at her and the other kids, and there's video of it. and he's screaming at her saying that he's gonna F her up, smash her fucking head, break her skull open, and that he's gonna beat her ass and she ain't safe. So, like, a kid, she didn't know, she just left the park. Well, came home, I found out, I got in the car, drove to the park. He's not there. I asked the other kids, what's he wearing? Which way did he go? They said he went this way, he was wearing a red hat. I said, okay. They said, by the way, he called the cops on your daughter. I said, for what? They said, we don't know. He called the cops, said he was calling the cops. So I cut to the chase and went to the city police department.
He called the cops.
He called the cops on my 14-year-old daughter. So
Why?
I don't know. That's why I didn't want the cops out looking for her. So we went straight to the police department.
Okay.
What was the call? What was the incident? Well, I guess supposedly he called 911 and said 12-year-olds at the park were making fun of him. They responded, nobody was there at the park. So I said, okay, that's what he said. Well, this is what my daughter said. She said that he was threatening to bash her head, beat her ass, screaming at the top of his lungs at the park, not only at her, but other kids as well. One of the kids was Officer Anderson's grandson, Corey, or I think his name's Corey or something like that, Officer Anderson's grandson. These are 12, 13-year-old kids at the park playing, and this grown man is sitting there screaming at them and threatening them. So I told them, from what she said and from what he did, I want to go full on, and I'm not leaving until I get a police report and I press charges, because the last
Okay, I
incident.
understand, you can't press charges, that's the prosecutor's office, right?
Yes,
Okay.
but I wanted to fill the report to get
Perfect.
sent to the prosecutor
Understand.
to decide.
Okay.
So I went along. Me and my daughter both wrote our police statements.
Now, who took this report to?
Joe Sheets, Officer
Same-
Sheets,
Same one that took it?
same guy.
Okay, hold on a second.
All right.
Let me get something. We're getting somewhere, I think. make sure-
I hope so.
He's gonna just leave and so I have a problem on that, but. Unless I just put it all.
Okay, so now this was made, what? So we're talking just actually.
That's
other
the
than-
actual number right there from
Oh,
the
yeah,
report.
Winchester case number, right?
So with all that being said, I told him what I wanted to do. And he said, okay, we're going to get it sent over to the
McClure or McClure?
I don't know. That was
This is the guy, right?
As far as we know, as far as I know, his name's Mickabee, M-C-A-B-B, or A-B-E-E.
But you filed it,
Well,
correct?
yes.
So see, it's gonna be
Me and my daughter both wrote a report
You're
together.
the adult.
I figured that much. That's why I did it. Well, I called the prosecutor office, and again, the prosecutor tells me, I'm sorry, sir, there's no report. They didn't send nothing over to us. And I made a joke and said, what'd they do? Throw it in the trash like they did the last one? And she said, what last one? I said, I don't know, from the year ago, the sexual, harassment at the minimum. Like, what happened to that? She said, well, they can't throw that in the trash. I said, well, can they choose not to do the report? She said, no, that's not up to them. They send it over and we choose. That's our department. They have no choice. They're supposed to take reports.
Not everything goes to them, though.
Well,
But-
that's what she was telling me.
Well,
She said
you're
they.
talking to the secretary,
Yes,
okay?
she said they take it from both sides and
Correct.
send it over to them, and then it's dealt with from there. So I'm like, okay, so what's going on? She's like, I don't know. It's been over a week. We should have it unless it's still open and they're still investigating.
Right.
Well, I do know that they went over to his house
Okay.
that day, so I don't understand
Okay, have
what
you
any other
talked-
investigation could be going on.
Well, I don't know who all they want to talk to. I have no idea. It's not our case.
So,
let me ask
why
you
I'm
this.
here
Have
with you is because, so this is the second time now that this has basically been swept underneath the rug, in my opinion. And I was told by the prosecutor, because that's who I was talking to.
Did you talk to the prosecutor?
The
Who
prosecutor.
did you talk to?
I can't remember her name. I have it wrote down, but it's on a different piece of paper. I think it's on a different piece of paper. Yeah, I have all her information wrote on another piece of
Who?
paper at home. The prosecutor lady.
There's no lady prosecutor.
Oh, the lady I talked to, so
So
she
you
said
didn't
she
talk
was-
to a prosecutor?
Yeah, she said she was a prosecutor, so I just assumed that
She might have
what
been
she
at the
was.
prosecutor's office.
Because she was going through the paperwork and reading stuff back to me. She's the one who gave me the report number and everything.
Well, how did
But-
she have the report number? If she
No,
didn't have the
that was
report.
no, I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. That was the city Winchester that I talked to. I think the clerk gave me the report number.
I have no idea how they do things.
I believe
over
it
there.
was, but she said that it
Okay,
was.
so we didn't talk to the prosecutor.
Yeah, I did. I talked to the prosecutor first.
Prosecutor or lady?
Prosecutor's office.
Okay, there we go. I want to make sure we're getting
and
clear.
then from there, we called the city of Winchester number and we got connected because it said press 5 for police reports. I pressed 5 and I talked to that lady. She's the one who gave me that
That
number.
would be the clerk then,
All right.
probably.
So she's the one who gave me that number, but the lady at the prosecutor's office said, now, in my situation, what I can do is either go down and talk to the chief of police, but she said from what she sees, nothing's getting handled there. So she said, I would
From the
suggest-
chief of police?
Yes, because.
This is the clerk's office telling you this?
No, the prosecutor's office.
Okay.
She said, so in her opinion, I would step it up and go to you guys as the Randolph County Sheriffs. She said, try them. Now, I do
Who
know,
did you talk to over there?
whoever the lady is there, I can't remember
They
her
know
name.
better than to do that.
But-
because if they have an open investigation,
Well, she didn't know. She said she couldn't see nothing. There was
but we weren't there on the
nothing.
report. I don't know why she's telling you
Because
that.
she couldn't even see no report.
Okay.
She had
Hold
nothing,
on.
she
Let
said,
me
that came
check
to them.
something. You don't have the other case number from a year ago,
No,
correct?
there is no case coming from a year ago.
You're
They
saying
took
Joe
no
Sheets
report.
took it?
Yeah.
Have you talked have you talked with yourself to the chief of police, John Reed?
No, not yet. But last time I tried to go there, I got passed off to a sergeant who was gonna pass the word off and pass my number.
He's a supervisor. You know who that was?
Barn Dollar, the time I talked to him, was gonna pass my information and name over for me to be contacted by the chief. It's a whole year
was that?
later.
Oh, that
Last
was
year,
last
yeah,
year.
it was like a week after the incident happened because I did the same thing. I followed up what's going on, and we're gonna call you back. We're gonna call you back, and I never get any phone calls back. Like this time, they're like, "Well, do you have a restraining order?" No, I don't. I thought the steps was I filed a police report. You guys took the report, and from there you decided if it goes to the prosecutor, and it goes to prosecutor. Then we get a court date set up for the protection order.
Okay, so now we're talking two different things here. We're talking first the police report, okay, whether there's gonna be criminal charges, which is what they decide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Second part we're talking about now is a protective order, which is totally
From
separate.
all right.
From,
See,
I mean,
I thought
same
a
incident.
protection order stemmed from a criminal.
It
act,
could, from a
basically.
criminal case possibly,
All right.
but it always has to be criminal.
So you could just go get a protection order on anybody for
No,
any
you have to
reason.
have you have to have some overt act that happens,
All right.
a threat.
Because that's
something like
what the I believe the clerk told me to take that case number she gave me and go down to the city office and get the application for the protection order is what she told me.
that. Well, you're actually gonna have to go up to the courthouse, to the clerk's office is where you're
The
gonna start.
courthouse?
Yeah.
Not the
That'll-
city?
No,
All
because they can't do that. They do them all through the courthouse, any protection orders. Let me look at this.
Well, my main issue, like with Geesey, my whole main issue was I do know, and now I don't want to misrepresent it, but I know your guys' jurisdiction is stronger than a local city's versus because you guys are the sheriff counties.
Well, but
Because there have been incidents where in Clyde, Ohio, the city of Clyde was investigating
Okay,
a
we're
murder.
talking about a different state now.
But it's the same format. I mean, government, local, state, federal, it's the same
There's
format.
no hierarchy. State police does not investigate us. They have no more authority than what we have.
State police?
Okay, correct.
State police do have more.
No, they
authority
do not.
than you.
Actually, the sheriff of the county has the most authority of the county.
Okay, and that's why I was told to come to you
But-
guys
but what I'm
because.
telling you is-
But what Geesey told me is that since you guys work so closely with Winchester, even if there is a follow-up, they're not gonna step in because you guys care about that partnership,
No,
which
that
is,
has nothing to do
that's
with
what
it.
he told me.
Well, what he's talking about
That's
is
why
if-
I
hold on.
came here in
We're
person.
talking about if we had to investigate them.
Yes.
Which we're not investigating
Then
the agents.
you would be taking
okay?
over.
We're not gonna investigate an agency.
Yeah,
okay,
which,
unless
and
we're
that's,
asked
that's
to.
not what I was asking, basic, and I think that's where he misinterpreted.
Okay.
I was saying, they're not doing nothing about this criminal complaint, can you?
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna look this up first.
All right.
I will not step in and do anything until you have talked to the chief of police.
All right.
You have to talk to the chief
And
of
I
police.
would love to, but like I said, I was told he was gonna call me back, then this time was, just wait, we'll give you a call when we see what's going on, then I called to follow up, and we don't know what you're talking about, sir, there's nothing here.
Okay, let me look at this
All right.
real quick. Let me go get on my computer and
Hey,
see what I can find.
Take your
Okay?
time. Something you don't see too much anymore. Used to love these when I was a kid. Oh, look at that. You get 2 for a quarter. 2 for a quarter. I have to start paying the kids in quarters to do their chores. Get to somewhere?
I did. So I've got for you, waiting for you right now, is the deputy chief over there.
Okay.
I told him what your situation was. He's literally, I mean, I've made sure he is in the office. He's expecting you to come over. I told him that Joe Sheets took both your reports.
All right.
I only had one number in there I looked under. Was it under your daughter's name by chance?
It could have been
See,
because we both filed a incident report because she came home and reported it
yeah,
to me.
but
He
it
said,
still should have been under your name.
yeah,
because
that's
it
what
is
I
an
thought.
adult,
Because I didn't
so-
even want to give him her last name because she was a minor, and he
have to do
assured-
that.
Yeah,
You
that's
have
what
to
he
do that.
said. So that's why he gave me one to fill out because she reported to me, and I was going to be the primary. Is what I thought.
Okay.
That's what I understood
All
from
right.
it.
Do you know the deputy chief that's over there? Chuck Hoover.
I
is his
believe so.
name.
I think he
Okay.
did a vehicle check for me when I got
Okay.
out of state.
He is expecting you. I told him you'd be there within 5 minutes. so-
Hey,
All right, Josh.
I appreciate it. This is just all I want. You know what I mean? Because it's escalated. It went from hey, this and that, I want to I'm gonna whoop your ass
Sure.
to, and I don't want a third incident.
Sure.
That's what I want to prevent.
Okay.
And it's like it makes
Now,
me
here's
feel
the
like
thing,
I'm crazy.
on this case here, it looks like it's still open,
Yeah.
so they would not have had it yet.
All right.
So when they're still investigating, it's just like us. If we're still investigating, they're not gonna get it
But how,
until we're done.
how long? Like
I
you
have
got
no
a
idea
report.
I don't know what he's doing.
That's why I
have no
thought
idea.
it should have just okay. He says this is what happened. This is what they said's happened. Prosecutor, let's see what's going on. You know what I
Not
mean?
quite that easy. I mean, you gotta make sure, you gotta do a lot more than that. So anyway, they're ready for you.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
Have a good day.
And that's at the city building, right? Winchester. All right. Thank you. All right. So, short little walk from the sheriff's office down to the city. City Hall, Winchester. How's it going? Coming down to talk to you? Yep.
I just got off the phone with the investigating officer, which is Joe Sheets.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
Josh.
Josh.
I'm sorry. Don't stand in the parking lot.
In just a moment, okay? He said that the case is still under investigation at this point in time, that he's also talked to Detective Puderball with the Randall County Sheriff's Department about the investigation. He does strongly suggest, and I suggest too, getting a restraining order.
Yes.
Getting a protective
See,
order.
I thought that came with the police report.
You come from Ohio,
I thought
Ohio.
like
Oh.
in Ohio, like if you're arrested, say I whoop her ass and I get arrested for domestic violence, it's instantly a
Automatic.
protection order put in
Oh.
place.
Oh, no.
So I didn't know how Indiana works.
No,
So
what you'll do is you'll go to the, make sure I tell you right, the clerk's office.
at the courthouse, all right.
Go to the clerk's office, explain to him what's going on. Do you have the case numbers?
I do. I only have one because the first one never got filed. That's my issue. Like that's what this one. That's why I was so upset because this is the case number for this incident that happened last week.
Okay.
But the first incident that happened a year ago, there's no record or report of it whatsoever.
And that was at the.
And that's what started this incident basically.
Okay.
And it's escalating and now I'm like, are they just sweeping it underneath the rug because they said something like, well, he's mentally unstable. We got to feel bad for him a little bit. And I'm like, regardless, I care more about my 14-year-old daughter than
Absolutely.
him.
Especially since now she doesn't want to go to the park. She's active in sports and everything else. But
Well, and that's what I just got in an argument with Geesey because I said, listen, I'm not understanding that. Now I understand you guys have to investigate. I'm not a police officer. I don't know the extent of your guys' duties.
Right.
But I know from the day I made the report on the 12th, the report was taken. Me and my daughter both made the report, and then the officers got in their car and went to Maccabee's house.
Okay.
Same day, they
Okay.
took his statement.
Okay.
What else is there to investigate?
I'm not exactly
you know what
sure
I mean?
myself.
Like,
because
in my opinion, that was the extent of it, unless there was other evidence that was presented later or whatnot.
Well, did they talk to him? Or do you know?
As far as I know, they did.
They
We
did.
have a neighbor that lives. We know somebody that lives across the street from him, and that day said that's crazy. I saw the cops out there talking to him in the front yard,
Okay.
and then it was out. He said they were out there for about 5 minutes. I guess took a statement from him, and the police left.
Oh, okay.
So he said he didn't know why they were there because we got sent a video from one of my daughter's friends of the incident at the park.
No kidding. Do we
Yes.
have that?
I don't know. Nobody's contacted me.
Yeah,
I gave my
Okay,
number and
okay,
everything. It's
okay.
been a week.
Okay.
But I posted it on Winchester Buy Sell Trade
Okay,
Facebook group,
okay.
and like the public's already seen the video, and everyone's
Sure.
asking the same question:
Sure.
Is he arrested? What's the charges? And I said,
Okay.
don't know yet. Don't know yet.
Right. Okay.
Because I can actually
you
I can pull that
email
video
that
up right now for you.
To me.
I can, if
Okay.
you have an email. I believe I can. But it is a quick little 8-minute video or 8-second video, basically.
Okay. But still, it's evidence.
Yes.
You know,
But
and
I didn't
I
get
think-
that till.
I think one of why it's taking a little bit of is to make sure we got all this evidence, because
Yeah.
that's going to make our case so much stronger. Plus, that's going to help you with your protective order.
But see, that's what Joe Sheets, like, I guess I was misled to believe, because he looked at my daughter and said, if you're at the park and he shows up, you call 911 and we'll take care of him. Well, if there's no protection order and there's no arrest or anything like that,
Well,
he's
we
legally
can-
allowed to be at that park.
To an extent, but with this report on file and the fact that the officer has the knowledge that there's already a
An
problem,
incident?
then we're going to be able to. I know it's a public park, but he can still be trespassed from it, where he's not allowed
Yeah.
to go to the park.
Yeah.
You know, definitely, and that's what Joe said too. I just talked to him on the phone, and he said he's working on some different investigations and stuff. I don't know exactly what, because the report's not complete.
Yeah.
But definitely, he says strongly suggest, and I suggest filing a protective order.
I will definitely go. I didn't know that those
Yeah.
were two separate,
Yeah.
but I will definitely get on that. My
Sure.
suggestion is this right now being still open as an investigation and not being sped up quickly. Each day goes by, puts my daughter more at risk.
Absolutely, I
And
completely agree.
I don't hate police, but I promise you that I will push this to the full extent
I
of
don't
my
blame you.
ability.
I don't blame you.
Like I told her, I got off the phone with Geesey because I was explaining to Geesey what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, if you guys weren't going to handle it, if they could look into it and possibly try to handle it themselves.
I don't
and he
know.
said, he said, I'm not gonna step on Winchester's toes because we work too closely together. I said, so let me get this right. If one of you as an officer, sheriff, whatever, sees another officer doing something wrong, because he wears the same uniform as you, you're not gonna do nothing about it? He said, no, you're misinterpreting what I'm saying. I said, well, clarify that for me, because that's what I got from that, is that you're not even gonna even take your, and that's what he was. He wasn't.
I don't know if he knows that Officer Sheets has spoken with Detective Puderball about it. I don't know if Puderball has more knowledge about it, and that might be why he wants him to investigate more so he can get more evidence.
I mean, but what other evidence was it? Like,
Oh, I don't know.
He was threatening to smash her head in at the park. They got her statement. They went down, and even if he denied what happened, they got his statement. What else is to be done? That should be sent over to the prosecutor to decide whether or not we
Charges
go
filed.
forward.
Right.
And like, that's being delayed via you guys, and that's the issue.
Okay.
Because it's been over a week now.
Sure.
And like I said, my daughter's sitting in the house almost summertime, wanting to go play with her friends.
Sure, absolutely.
And like, I let her go yesterday, but as a father, I drove past that park every hour just to, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Because,
Oh, I can understand.
and like, I rather you guys handle it, because if another situation comes up, I'm gonna have to handle it. I don't want to.
that. You don't want that.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, but if it comes down to it, I have
Oh,
no
I
choice.
understand what you're saying.
You know
I
what
understand what you're saying, but you know what I'm saying. I don't want to see you get yourself in trouble.
but like, if that's why I want to put it in your guys' hands, so
Sure.
it takes it out of my hands.
Right. And let me make sure you already provided a written statement.
Yes,
Okay.
me and her
great.
both.
Great. I'm going to do some investigating myself. Now, what was your last name?
Kimbrell?
Kimbrell. Okay. And what's your daughter's name? Okay. And do you know which officer took that report?
Joe Sheets on both of them.
He responded to
He responded for
At the pool?
Yeah, he responded
Okay.
about the pool situation, because what happened at the pool, he didn't actually go directly to the pool. He was called out because after I was told that the incident at the pool and he was going to try to fight my son, we drove up to the pool.
Okay.
And they said Maccabee already left. He went walking that way. So I drove around the block. I saw him. I got out the car. I got in his face, and we had some choice words.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's a 13-year-old girl, blah, blah, blah. They called the cops because we were outside yelling, disorderly, whatever it was going to be. And then Joe Sheets is the one that responded. I explained to him what happened, what the incident was, and he said, don't worry. I'm going to write a report, and I'm going to take care of it, and we'll contact you. Like I said, out of sight, out of mind. I came back a week later. I believe I talked to you, and I asked about badge numbers. and you and Barn Dollar, and you told me like you guys didn't have badge numbers. We had a little bit of heated words back and forth, but it wasn't like long. But that's what I was back last year trying to talk to you about the incident, and I got brushed off. So I kind of out of sight, out of mind. Then this incident happened, and now it's went from sexual assault to I'm gonna smash your head open. And I know he's not mentally stable, and I know he don't have that reasoning of if he picks up a brick and hits her in the head with it, what comes next? He don't, you know what I mean? He's disconnected from that like normal people are. So my thing is I don't want to put her at risk for that type of situation to occur.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, and as right now, I mean, as a father, I know you can take it as you want, but if he's out free walking and my kids are out here, I'm gonna
protect your children.
yeah. So like,
I
and
understand that.
I don't want to be a resident in your guys' jail, but I'm willing to trade my freedom for my daughter's protection. Where's that Maccabee? Now he's 15, and if anything happens, he's gonna throw his future away, thinking he's protecting his sister as well. It's like.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm definitely gonna investigate what's going on exactly with everything and speed this process along. I suggest you do go ahead and go on over and file for the protective order at this time. And
Did you pickpocket me?
Yeah.
Damn.
What was your email address?
She
so I
put
can
right in my
send
back
you-
pocket. I didn't even know.
What's your email address? I can send you
my
that
email
video.
address is Charles.
I didn't want to put your email up there because this is going on YouTube, and I don't want your email blown up.
Okay. So what I'll do is go ahead and do some investigating, find out exactly where we are with the case, who the ball's on today or not. Because I don't know if he's got more information. That would definitely make our case stronger.
Yeah, and I'll get that video email because I didn't get that video till I think the next day after because her friend sent it and said, hey, by the way, we recorded him while it was going on. I'm like, oh, thank God, send that to me.
Absolutely.
So, but I was waiting for a phone call from somebody to say, hey, hey, I got this video, but I waited a week. I felt a week was long enough to see.
Sure.
I mean, because I know in Toledo, like if I
following
did shit, even though Toledo's big and shit, they prosecute. You look at somebody wrong, they'll prosecute
Their
you.
prosecutor's office has probably got
Like 100 different.
Yeah. Whereas I think there's maybe 3 people that work up there.
Yeah, so I mean, I just want to let you guys know I'm pushing this issue. I'll probably be back here tomorrow. I'll probably be back here the next day. I mean, until you guys file harassment on me or something, but.
This is me. Now that's not the right phone number.
All right.
The 6891 is now 6845, but the extension is still the same.
4-5.
Yeah.
All right. You want to write that on there? 4-5. Oh, you put it back? I'm horrible. You can flip it over and probably do it on the back.
6845. Okay.
Hey,
And as a matter of fact,
I
I'll
appreciate
go do
it.
the little investigating right now. Did he got your phone number, right?
Yeah, it's on the
Okay.
police report.
Okay.
Do
So,
you
yeah.
need did you get my other paper? Oh, it's in here.
I put it back.
The actual report number, do you need that?
No, I can find
All
it.
right.
I can
Because
find
I
it.
have it right there just in case you need it.
11/6/86. Got it. Got it.
Thank you.
will
I
do what
appreciate
can.
it.
I'll do a little investigating of my own here and get back with you. Here, probably within the hour, I'll give you a call back to see what else. 'Cause I kind of see your point. I understand that officer, and I hate to second guess officers, because I don't know the exact details of it.
Yeah.
But if he thinks that Detective Puderball has something else that will make this case even stronger, I get it why he's kind
Yeah,
of delaying
I
it
don't
to-
know all his previous arrests and stuff. He might have priors and stuff like that that add up.
Right.
But that's my only thing is my daughter's frozen in her summer right now. School's about to be out, and I gotta handle this because
absolutely.
you can't even go to bed unless your front door is locked and stuff. And that's how I feel. And it's like I feel like my front door's open and wide open, and my kids are vulnerable, and it's.
Right.
I
I'm
can't
with you.
do that.
We're gonna do everything we can. All right.
All right,
We're gonna
I
do it all,
appreciate
all
you.
right? You guys take
Thank
care.
you. Now to file the police report or the protection order. All right, we're at the courthouse now to file the police report. Or the protection order. So I'm gonna try to go in here. You staying out? Or you gonna... So So I'm gonna try to go in here and pick it up and take it with me, because I really don't want to fill it out here. I'd rather take it with me, fill it out, and then come back. It's a beautiful courthouse, oh man, this thing's huge. Look at that, look at that. Whew. Look at that masonry right there. I wonder if that's real. Oh yeah, that's real. So I'm supposed to go to the clerk, I believe. Auditor, recorder, human resources. Oh man. You know what's funny? These are the same kind of stairs that we had at my high school, right here. I don't mean to get you in the video, but you're in front of me. I'm fat, walking up these damn stairs. I'm gonna get up there and start talking to the... I need a... Oh yeah. Yeah, that's where I got yelled at for not wearing a mask. Huh? Oh. Let me catch my breath. I walked up the stairs. I need an application for a protection order.
Okay. For just one adult?
Yeah, I have the... Do I have it? Or?
It's actually gonna be against a child, though.
Yeah, it's with a child against an adult. That's the actual
Okay, so
number they told me to give to you
that's the piece.
for the case.
I don't know what that number is.
That's what I was
Who
given.
told you to give you the give me this?
The clerk, the deputy sheriff, and the deputy
The clerk
chief.
of where?
City of Winchester, I believe. I went to go call the one number, and it said for police reports press 5. I pressed 5, and whoever I talked to from there.
So is the protective order a child against an adult?
Yes, there was an incident where an adult was at the park, a 24-year-old male that was threatening to smash my 14-year-old daughter's head
And this is the
from an
second.
incident that happened from a year ago where he was threatening to have sex with her.
Okay, so it's under investigation right now, but they told us.
Yeah,
that
they
we should
advised us to
file-
come
Right,
here and
okay, so one of the parents or guardians of the child will have to put out, this would be the minor, name of the minor. This will be next friend is the guardian or parent, one of you. Is whoever
Shouldn't say
the,
birth in person. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
well, next friend could be a guardian, so it could be somebody they live with or who has the guardianship. This will be the name of that person. You're gonna fill this out to the best of your ability. If you have like police reports and things like that, that you
They
have,
won't release it
It's
with me because
still
it's
under
still open.
okay. So if
But
you
see, like
have-
in Ohio, like if say like I got arrested for domestic violence or something, it's instant protection order.
Yeah.
So that's what I assumed here,
When
and they
you
said
file a
no,
police
you have to
report
come do it
involving two
yourself.
People with any violence, they
Automatically.
file a protection order. Here, we had to do it ourselves. That's
Yeah.
why it's a little delayed.
okay, but she lives here or the
Yes.
other
Yes.
party
She lives
lives
here
here?
with
Yes,
Okay.
both of them.
You'll fill this out. If there's a case name or number that you can refer
That
to,
one.
but make sure you tell them what city it's in, like, because it's not through our court, right? It's already, it's through this.
It is through Winchester.
Well, I mean, like, do you have something in this court currently?
Not-
Nothing.
Nothing
It hasn't
with
even
that-
been sent to the
Nothing
prosecutor's
with that
office
child
yet.
at all? Okay, or that person at all? Okay.
No.
So when you put that case number down, just make sure you put it like through the city so that they know because they're separate offices. And that if there's, this will be incidences, you can describe it. If there's a police report number that you have,
Okay.
you can write the number of the police report on here. The more details we have, the better.
All right.
That goes, because this packet goes before the judge, so you'll just go through this whole thing. It's, I know, extensive.
Now,
but,
am I able to take that with me?
Yes.
All right, perfect.
it's free to file. The petitioner, you'll print the name of the child, but the parent will sign here.
All right.
So this section you'll just fill out. It'll be the child's name, and then you'll put your name underneath as the adult, and then sign it. We'll give you a cause number. Don't put this cause number on here because that's a different one.
All right.
This is This is the information on the party that you want restrained. We have to have a place to serve them. And as many details as you can, that'd be helpful. This part has more to do with if there was someone living in a house, like a grandparent or something like that, that the child wanted to see. So this part you don't need to fill out.
Okay.
This part will be about your child as well as you will need both of your informations. So you'll do the child first and then date of birth and all that with the child, and then you'll put your name and then your date of birth. We don't have to have a social security number, but we need dates of birth to put it in the state system. This is all confidential, so once we get it, we scan it in, it's locked, no one can get to it but our court. So you'll answer all that. If there's someone else in the household that needs to be protected, like a sibling
The
or
other
something,
kids.
like the other siblings,
Yeah.
you'll go ahead and put their names here.
All right.
It's free to,
There's 3 lines, 3 more kids.
well, if there's more, you have the back. So, I mean, if you have any questions about that, but we definitely have to have, if you're the one that's signing it, we have to have your date of birth as well, and that information. Here, if you want to receive like text messages and stuff, as they're updating the case or making decisions, they'll do that. Where's the service papers? Okay, so once this happens, this is just basically the instructions on what I just told you. It's just, you don't have to read them now.
Okay.
We need all of this to file it. It's free to file. Once we file it, we'll put it in our state system. It'll go up to the judge immediately. As soon as we get it in the system, he'll see it within that hour.
Now I see why they make the parent or the other people do it versus the police. That's a lot of paperwork to file.
It is. And a lot of this information they don't probably know. Or about your child, you know, they
Right.
don't know what's the true effect for the child. As soon as you give it to us, we'll do that. We'll send it up to the court. They will let you know if they want to go ahead and issue a temporary protective order until the hearing date.
And see, because that's what I thought was going to be put in place, because the officer told my daughter, if you're at the park and he shows up, call us and we'll handle it. And now that I find out that it hasn't been sent to the prosecutor, there's no protection order, what the hell was she called the cops for? He's every legal right to
not
be
sure.
there.
I'm
Like,
not sure
she
why.
would have just looked dumb.
The
Hey.
question I have, where you said as much evidence as possible, what if we actually have a video of
Well,
the
he
threats
told
going
us
on?
to email that to him, so
Yeah,
he'll
to the
probably tie
police-
To
that
the
in.
police department, yeah.
He'll tie
I mean,
that
you
in.
could also bring it when you go to the court hearing, if you would like the judge to review that. I'm not sure how you
Oh,
would
I told him I'm pushing this on, because the first incident started a year ago at the pool. He was making sexual advances. I confronted him, threatened him. They said they were going to handle it and file a police report. Nothing ever got done. Then a year later, he's mad at my daughter because I confronted him. Now he's going to smash her head in. And then I went and filed, and still nothing yet. So now
That was
I'm
thankfully at
pushing
park,
the
one of
issue.
her friends was recording
Yeah,
the
just so
incident,
happened
we
to
got the
record
whole
it.
threat on
Okay,
video and
yeah, so you want to
everything.
get that to the prosecutor, whoever's
Yeah, we sent
prosecuting
that
the
up to
case,
the
yeah.
police department now.
And then you can bring it with you, and if the judge would like to see it, he may take it and go look at it in his chambers or something like that. You can bring it with you to court, but if there's like police reports, or even if way back those incidences, could I say that word? No. Incidents that started a year or so ago, you can, if there's not enough room to write down all those events, you can put them on a separate piece of paper and we can include that. And to the best of your ability, the details to it.
All right.
Okay?
Good.
I appreciate
You
it.
can always call us too if you have any questions, if you're trying to fill that out. I know it's a little